Okay. Introduction to UML. The modeling is the main part of all activities which lead to development of good software. You build models to communicate desired structure and behavior of the system. Models are also used to visualization and control of the system architecture. For example, to build the house, you need use of nails, wood, cement, biscuits, extra. All these are raw materials that are approximately to construct the house. After having the sketch of the house, the labor digs holes, then start with foundation. The modeling techniques goes with step by step. A modeling. A model is simplification of reality, and model provides the blueprint of system. The UML, that is the Unified Modeling Language, is used writing for blueprint, that is the blueprint of system. Unified Modeling Language for for specifying, constructing, visualization, and documenting the artifacts of the software intensive system. Introduction to UML. The conceptual model of UML. To understand the UML, the conceptual model of language needs to form and it requires three major elements. First one, building blocks of the UML. Second one, rules. Third one is common mechanisms. The building blocks of the UML used to build the different things, relationships and diagrams. Rules, the rules that indicates the building blocks may put together. Common mechanisms, the mechanisms that are applied throughout the UML. The building blocks of UML, there are three building blocks of UML. First one, things. Second one, relationships. Third one, diagrams. First one, things. Things are the abstractions that are first first class citizens in the model. Next one, relationships. Relationships are used all the things put together. Okay, how to define the relationship between one thing to another thing. There are different types of relationships. The relationships defines what are the relationships between things. Next, third one, diagrams. The diagrams group the interesting collection of things and relationships. Okay, first one, building blocks of the UML. Second one, rules. Third one, mechanisms. First one, building blocks of the UML means there are four types of things. First one, structural things. Second one, behavioral things. Third one, grouping things. Fourth one, annotational things. There are four types of relationships. First one, dependency. Second one, generalization. Third one, association. And fourth one, realization. Diagrams. There are nine types of diagrams. In nine types of diagrams, five static diagrams and four dynamic diagrams. The static diagrams is also called structural diagrams, and four diagrams, that is the dynamic diagrams, is uh, also called behavioral diagrams. Okay, first one, structural things. In structural things, there are seven types of structural things. The first one, class. Second one, interface. Third one, collaboration. Fourth one, use case. Fifth one, active class. Sixth one, component. Seventh one, node. Next, there are two types of behavioral things. First one, interaction. Second one, state mission. Next, grouping things. There is one type of grouping thing, that is package. Package means the collection of components or for a collection of classes or collection of any components is called package. Annotational things, that is annotational things means nodes, that is the nodes means the comment lines. Okay, first one, structural things. First one, structural things are the nouns of the UML model. These are mostly static part of the model. It represents the elements that are either conceptual or physical. For example, to construct the any house, the static part means either raw materials. That is, raw materials means bricks, cement, iron. These are the nouns. It is the static part of the model. Same in software. To develop any software, you must require several structural things. The structural things are: first one class, second one interface, third one collaboration, fourth one use case, fifth one active class, sixth one component, and second one node. First one is class. That is, the class is the description of set of objects that shares the same attributes, operations, relationships, and semantics. The class means a description of set of objects. Suppose we are using any object. Suppose for object means chair is one object, table is one object. The table has its own attributes and duster. Suppose duster has its own attributes and operations. Suppose chair has its own attributes and operations. The class implements one or more interfaces. Suppose the class one or more interfaces. Suppose duster. Duster has different interfaces. It is, suppose sometimes we are using for cleaning of the boards. Sometimes we are cleaning of the floor. That is, there are different types of interfaces. The class represented by rectangle with three partitions. Okay, rectangle with three partitions. The first part represents name. That is the name of the object or name of the class. Second one, attributes. That is, the attributes means the properties of the class. It is size or origin or version or any. Next, the operations. That is, the third portion of the parties represents the operation. The operations represents what are the operations performed by the particular class or object. That is, the operations means different objects is perform different operations. Suppose window has different operations: open, close, move, display. Same, the window has different perform different operations. Suppose the window has different attributes. The size of the attribute is different. The origin of the attribute is different. Next, the second thing is interface. The interface is the collection of operations that specify a service of the class or component. The service interface describes the externally visible behavior of the system. The service represents the behavior of the system or the operations specified the class or component. The interface defined a set of operations and specifications, but never set of operation implements. Graphically, it is represented by circle with name. It is name of the operation. It is name of the operations performed by the particular class or particular component. It is any operation. It is any operations is performed by uh, class is represented by circle. Next, third one, collaboration. It is the collaboration is defines an interaction and is society of roles and other works that together provide some cooperative behavior. Therefore, collaboration has structural as well as behavioral dimensional. Graphically, it is represented by ellipse with dashed lines, usually include only its name. Okay, graphically, collaboration is represented by ellipse with dashed lines, usually including its name. Next, fourth one, use case. That is, the use case represents the set of sequence of actions performed by system. This the use case represented by of actions performed by the system which result value to the particular actor. Suppose in bank, that is in bank, the operation deposit performed by the customer and amount credit to the account is performed by the accountant. That means the use case is description of set of sequence of actions. Here action means there are different types of actions. The result of the actions, that is the result of the action performed by the particular actor. The use case is used to structure the behavior things of the model. The use case is represent realization of collaboration. This collaboration represents uh, represents the interaction or the interaction is performed by the use cases. Suppose the interaction between bank The interaction between the bank and customer is performed by the use cases, right? By using any one of the use case, that is withdraw money or depositing money or anything. Use case is realization of collaboration. The use case is represented by ellipse, that is solid ellipse. That is collaboration is represented by dotted line ellipse. Okay, there are four four things are completed. The first one use case, first one uh, first one class, first one class, sec- second one interaction, third one use case, fourth one collaboration. The remaining things, that is the remaining three things, active class, component and nodes, are all these like a class. They describe the set of objects share the same attributes, operations, relationships and semantics. The remaining three things, first one active class. Active class is a class whose objects own one or more processes or threads. Therefore it is initially control activity. That is activity, active class is initial and control flow of activity, which passive classes store the data and serve other classes. We illustrate the active class with thicker border. This graphically active class is represented by the class with heavy lines, usually including name, attributes, and operations. Next one, the remaining two elements, components and nodes. The components represent physical things, which are previously five things: class, collaboration, use case, and active case represent conceptual or logical things. First one, components. The component is physical or replaceable part of the system that conforms to and provide the realization a set of interfaces. The components represent a physical packing of logical elements such as classes, interfaces, and collaborations. The graphically component is represented by rectangle with the two tabs. That is rectangle with the two tabs. Next, last one, node. That is, the node is physical element that existing to runtime and represents computational resources, generally having some memory and processing capability. A node is a set of components that resides on a node and may also migrate from node to node. For example, database server. Database server is one of the node. It provides server. For example, any server, that is any server in software is represented by node. Okay, there are the seven structural things. After completion of structural things, behavioral things, there are two two behavioral things. First one interaction, second one state mission. These two structural things is the dynamic part of UML models. Actually, structural things means it is structural part of the system. Second one, that is static part of the system. All the names in the system represented by structural things. Behavioral things, that is behavioral things means the dynamic part of UML models. These are the verbs of the model. Actually, structural things represents nouns of the model. Same, the verbs of the model represented by the behavior over the time and space. These two types of behavioral things. First one interaction, second one state machine. The interaction is a behavior that compares a self of message exchange among the set of the objects within particular context to perform the specific purpose. Suppose interaction means, suppose the any interaction between the two objects in the system. Suppose in bank there are two objects. First one is, one object is bank, second object is customer. The interaction between the two objects, that is the interaction between the two objects by sending some message. A message means transfer some information from one object to another object. The information, graphically interaction is represented by arrow. Okay, interaction represented by arrow. The interaction involves number of other elements including message, action and sequence of lines. Next one, interaction. That is graphically interaction is messages, action, sequence of links. The interaction represented by directed line. It is with solid directed line. Next, state mission. State mission is a behavior that specifies the sequence of the states of an object or interaction going its lifetime is response to events together with response to those events. Graphically, it represented by a rounded rectangle. It is the state of any mission or the state of the any mission is represented by ro- rounded rectangle. State mission involves number of other elements, including state transition, flow from one state to other states, events, that's the trigger of the transition, and activities response to the transition. There are two types of behavioral things. The behavioral things is represents things, the verb operation parts, that is the dynamic parts of the UML, also the verbs of the model. Next, third one, grouping things. The grouping things are organizational part of the UML model. The organizational part of the UML model in all, there are only one primary group of things, namely packing. Packing is a general purpose mechanism for organizing the all the elements in the groups. It is all the elements in the groups. The elements either in structural things or behavioral things. The all the elements is grouping together is called package. The structural things and behavioral things, even the other things grouping things that may placed in one package. Unlike the component, that is, the components which may exist as runtime, package is purely conceptual, meaning that exists only at the development time. Package, that is, the graphically package represented by rectangle with a single tab. Next, last one, annotational things. In annotational things are the explanatory part of UML models. These are the comments you may apply to describe, illustrate, and remarks about any element in the model. These are one of the primary kind of annotational things is note. Note is simply symbol for representing constraints and comments attached to the elements or the collection of elements. Note is represented by rectangle with dog and corner. Okay. Uh, First, there are four types of structural things. There are four types of the things. First one structural, second one behavioral, third one grouping, fourth one annotational things. Okay, there are three building blocks of the UML. The first one things. Things are completed. Second one relationships. That is the relationships in UML. There are four types of relationships in the UML. The first one dependency, second one association, third one generalization, fourth one realization. These relationships are the basic relationship between the building blocks of the UML. These are written well for model. Okay, first one dependency. It is the dependency means dependency is semantic relation between the two things in which change to one thing. It is independent thing may affect the semantics of other thing. It is dependent things. Okay, dependency, the semantic relation between the two things. Suppose the relation between student and teacher. Suppose the student change, automatically teacher change. Graphically, it is represented by a dotted directed line, occasionally including label. That is, the label also it represents the dependency, name of the dependency. Suppose if any change in one thing, automatically change in another thing. For example, the relation between student and teacher. Suppose the class changes, student change, automatically affect the change the teacher. Okay. Second one, association. That is, the association is the structural relationship that describe the set of links being connected among the objects. The aggregation is a special kind of association represents structural between whole part of the system. The association is represented by a solid line. It is solid line, possibly directed, occasionally including label and often containing other endowments such as multiplicity. It is multiplicity and role names. This multiplicity one to one multiplicity one to multiple, multiple to one, multiple to multiple to. That is, there are different types of associations. There are different types of association relationships. It also represented by labels. It is one to one to star, star to one, star to star. Suppose here the association means employer, employee. It is the employer associates with employer, or suppose username, password. That is the username, password. The single username is associated with one password. That is the association. Okay. Next one, generalization. That is the generalization is specialization relationship in which objects are specified elements and are substantially for the object's generalized elements. For example, relationship between children and parent. Suppose the children change, automatically change parent, or the properties of the parent are automatically including children. In this way, the children share the structure and behavior of the parents. Represented by solid line. That is the solid line with halo arrow head pointing to the parent. Suppose the relation between superclass and subgroup. Generalization means simply represents the relation between superclass and subclass. That is the superclass and subclass. The subclass, that is the subclass automatically includes superclass properties. Suppose in Java language, the superclass and subclass. Next one, realization. That is, the realization is the semantic relationship between classifiers, where is one classifier specify the contract and another classifier guaranteed to carry it out. You will encounter realization relationship in two places between interfaces and components and classes that are realized them between the use cases that collaboration to realization. Graphical, that is the graphically uh, realization is represented by dotted line with a halo head. Okay. Okay, there are four types of relationships. Okay, actually there are four types of relationships. The first one is dependency, second one is association, third one generalization, and fourth one is realization. Okay, dependency represents the semantic relation between the two things. If any change in one thing automatically affecting another change. Next, association. Association is structural relationship between the two things. Next, generalization is general specialization relation between the two things. The fourth one is realization. That is, the realization is a semantic relationship between the classifier, one classifier to another classifier. It is the relation between classifier, one classifier to another classifier. One classifier is specify the contract, the another classifier guaranteed to carried out. Okay. Next one, diagrams. That is in diagrams of in UML. There are 9 diagrams in the UML. A diagram is the graphical representation of set of elements, most of represented as a connected graph and vertices and arches. Next, diagram is visualization of a system from different perspective. So a diagram is a projection into the system. There are 9 UML diagrams. The first one is class diagram, second one is object diagram, third one is use case diagram, fourth one sequence diagram, and fifth one collaboration diagram, sixth one state chart diagram, seventh one activity diagram, eighth one component diagram, ninth one deployment diagram. Okay, first one class diagram. It is the class diagram shows the set of classes, interface, collaborations, and their relationships. The class diagram is the collection of classes, interfaces, collaborations, and their relationships. These diagrams are mostly common diagrams found in a modeling object-oriented system. Class diagram addresses the static view of the system. Object diagram, it is the object diagram shows a set of objects and the relationships. The object diagram represents the static summation of the instance of the things found in the class diagram. Next one, use case diagram. It is the use case diagram shows a set of use case and actors and their relationships. Use case diagram address the static use Yes, U of the system. These diagrams are especially important in organizing and modeling the behavior of the system. The system. Next one, component and deployment diagram. It is the component and deployment diagram. The component diagram shows the organization and the dependence among the set of the components. The component diagram addresses the static implementation view of the system. Next, deployment diagram. Deployment diagram shows the configuration of runtime processing of the nodes and components that live on the time. Deployment diagram address the static deployment use of the architectures. Okay, the five diagrams, that is the five diagrams means the first one, object, class, use case, component, deployment diagram. These five diagrams represents the static view of the system. Also it represents the structure of the system. It represents the structural part of the system, or the structure behavior of the structural part of the system, or the static part of the system. The remaining four diagrams, that is sequential diagram, collaboration diagram, state chart diagram, activity diagram, represents the dynamic part of the system, or the behavior part of the system. It is the behavior part of the system. In sequence and collaborations diagram, it is the sequence and collaboration diagrams commonly known as interaction diagrams. In interaction diagram, that sorry, both sequence uh, diagram, collaboration diagrams are kind of interaction diagrams. The interaction diagram shows the interaction consists a set of objects and their relationships, including messages that may be dispatches from one object to another object. The interaction diagram represents the dynamic view of the system. This our interaction diagram addresses the dynamic view of the system. The first one, sequence diagram. It is the sequence diagram is an interaction diagram that represents the timing ordering of the messages. Next one, collaboration diagram. The collaboration diagram is an interaction diagram that represents the structural organization of the objects that send receive the messages by the sequence number. The sequence diagram number and collaboration diagrams are isomorphic, means you can take one and transfer it in another form. You can transfer sequential diagram to collaboration diagram, or collaboration diagram to sequential diagram. One diagram is transferred to another diagram is called isomorphic. Suppose in graphic theory, isomorphic, that is the isomorphic means one graph is converted into another one converted into one same graph. Suppose graph 1 converted into graph 2 converted into graph 1 is called graph 1, graph 2 is called isomorphic. Same, the two diagrams are isomorphic. Next one, state chart diagram. State chart diagram shows the state mission and consists states, transitions, events, and activities. State chart diagrams address the dynamic view of the system. Graphical, graphically, graphically, it is represented by the rounded rectangle. Sorry, rounded rectangle. Next one, activity diagram. The activity diagram is special kind of state chart diagram that shows the flow from activity to activity in the system. Activity diagram address the dynamic view of the system. Totally nine diagrams. Nine diagrams. In nine diagrams, five static diagrams and four dynamic diagrams. Five static diagram represents structural behavior, and next one, four static diagrams represents with behavior. Okay, this is introduction of UML. Introduction of UML.